Hey guys, today I'm here with the K&N Throttle Control Module fitting all 2015 and newer 2.7 liter and 3.5 liter EcoBoost, the 3.3 liter as well as the 5.0 liter F150s. Now if you've noticed a lack in throttle response, maybe you've added some larger wheels and tires and a lift to your truck and you're looking to gain a little bit of that back, a throttle controller is a very easy and helpful solution to do that. This option by K&N is going to do just that. So this large control module will sit underneath your dash and you'll have this very low profile and very user-friendly sensitivity knob to dial in that throttle response. Now what I really like about this option is the fact that this doesn't come with any preset settings, so you really don't have any limits to this. You can dial this up and you can dial this down and you can really fine-tune your throttle response to however you want it to feel in your truck. I would like to mention that this is not going to provide any horsepower or torque gains. This is only strictly going to focus in on that throttle response. So if you are looking to change some parameters or get any gains out of your truck, then I would recommend to look at some tuning options. Now, if you're only concerned about that throttle response and you want that extra boost, then this is going to be right up your alley. As far as price goes, this is going to be roughly $300, putting this at a very average price point for a throttle controller on the page. Now, when we take a look at other options, like I said before, this really stands apart from the rest with how you can really fine-tune that throttle response out of your truck. Other options on the page will usually have different modes, including eco and valet mode, and they are going to again have those preset settings, and they aren't going to be as flexible as this one when it comes to really fine-tuning your truck. Now, in my opinion, I think $300 is well worth that price point, especially for how user-friendly and easy this is to install. Now, speaking of that installation, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. We're going to need one tool to get the job done, so speaking of that install, let's jump into that now. The tools that I used for my install were a 1/4-inch drive ratchet and a 1/4-inch socket. So our first step is to take our K&N wiring harness and we're going to plug it into the top of our throttle pedal assembly. Now this is going to be a little bit difficult to see, but we're going to go ahead and head underneath our dash. So again, this is going to be a little bit difficult to see, but essentially what you need to do is follow your throttle pedal all the way up to the top assembly here. There's going to be a connector. We're going to undo that red pin and just pull back. Now once that is pulled back, we're going to take our K&N wiring harness and just split the connectors. So we're going to attach the style connector on the K&N module or the K&N harness to our throttle assembly here. Push down that red pin, and then we'll take the other side and plug that into that second connector. After you hear that click, you press down on that red tab, and now we will be able to attach the other side of our module. What we can do now is take our K&N module and plug this into our wiring harness. Once that is semi on there, what we need to do is tighten down this bolt to make sure that these two connectors stay together. I have a 1/4-inch socket and an extension as well as a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. Just going to tighten that up. Now it doesn't need to be too tight. Once that's on there, what we can do is mount this up. Now this does have 2 zip ties provided in the kit. You can hard mount this if you want. You will have to outsource hardware for that, but you just need to mount this in whatever location is best and out of the way. You want to make sure that this is not getting in the way of any moving parts. So we're going to find a place underneath our dash and go ahead and zip tie that up. So you also want to make sure that that extra wiring is zip tied up and out of the way. I just zip tied it in the same location as our module there. Just want to make sure again that it's out of the way of all moving parts. You don't want it to interfere with your driving. But now we can mount up and plug in our sensitivity knob. This will depend on where you want to mount this up. You will have to drill a 3/8-inch hole if you do want to mount this into your dash. We are not going to drill into our dash, but I am going to route the wires down below our steering wheel. Then we'll be able to pull them out on the other side. and plug this into our wiring harness that's in our module. So we can plug in that connector, and then we can zip tie this wiring harness up and out of the way. So as you can tell, we have a little bit of extra wiring harness here. Now I'm gonna tuck this underneath our steering wheel, but you can zip tie this up and out of the way, just like the other wiring harness. Now again, I am not going to be hard mounting this, but if you do hard mount this, you will need to drill a 3/8 inch hole in order to mount up the sensitivity knob, and that's gonna depend on what location is best and most accessible for you. But after everything is plugged in, then you're all set to go. So that's gonna wrap it up for my review and install. Make sure you like and subscribe, and for more videos and products like this, always keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.